Worldwide Developer Conference last fall in San Francisco, we announced the Mobile Analytics Platform. For those of you who are application developers, the Mobile Analytics Platform is a piece of code that you embed in your commercial app or your custom application, and then a set of cloud services that allow you to instrument the app. So if you're building custom or commercial applications and you're worried about service quality, reliability, performance, and supportability of those mobile apps, you should talk to us about the Mobile Analytics Platform. It will allow you to plug in and remotely instrument those custom or commercial applications for your environment. And we're already doing that today with a number of banking and government organizations. So that's your dev kit and your mobile service in the cloud. Now when you think about scaling up and supporting your users remotely, one of the most frustrating things for a service desk is flying blind when a mobile user calls with a problem with their device or their application. And so BoxTone provides automated remote device management. So what you can see here is a very simple service desk console where when the user calls in, I can look up a user, John Edmonds. I can see that he's got a problem with his BlackBerry. It tells me what that problem is remotely on the device, gives me a few simple steps I can walk through to fix the problem, and gives me some buttons to push to fix it. Now, if you're running a service provider organization or a help desk organization, this is a miracle for you because it allows you to remotely service all kinds of mobile devices and applications from a single console without having to train your staff to be experts in supporting the mobile devices. Now, when you think about performance monitoring and scaling up your service, when you want to get to a 5 nines environment, or if you're in an SLA environment for service delivery, you want a dashboard that will allow you to monitor your environment. So if you know the BlackBerry world, you know the BES, and here we see performance of 2 BES, and you can see it kind of looks like a cardiac monitor, giving me the health of the BES and the services on the BES. And the same way it looks at different user groups, VIPs, geographically based, what have you, looks at the mail servers or other back-end applications connected to the BES, and looks at all your carrier information. So yes, if you're a carrier, close your ears. If you're an end-user organization, I can tell you the performance of your carrier across all your users 24/7, so you can go get carrier service credits when they fall out. If you're a carrier, I can help you make sure you get a 5.9 service quality by monitoring what's going on with all the users on your network. And then finally, when something goes wrong, you can see it's red here. There happened to be a failure in the SRP, and down here's a proactive alert that you get to an individual support organization person, support professional in the NOC. That alert tells you that a warning is a warning alert that tells you something's about to fail. You ought to go look at this server or look at this service because this failure you want to fix. So BoxTone specializes in detecting the brownout before it becomes a blackout. We all know blackouts are bad, you don't want downtime, so if we can alert you before things fail, you can fix them before your users get frustrated. And then when you think about utilizing these devices, a lot of organizations put the devices and the apps out there, but then want to know are people actually using them, how much are they using, and what's their productivity gains. One of the top things we get from CIOs is how can I actually measure the productivity or ROI of my mobile deployment? So what BoxTone can do is it can actually monitor and track what's going on with every user and how frequently they use their BlackBerry platform and how frequently they use applications you might be paying for like Bloomberg. So now we give you a central console and a set of reporting that tells you how often are the devices used, after hours, weekends, during hours, what is your frequency of use by population, and then what are the applications that are being used as well. This helps you to a large extent defend the spend, but also helps you measure real productivity gains from your user population, which is often important. So BoxTone basically brings it all together. We have a modular suite and a core platform, helps you with device management, support, operations, and business management. I did this as a quick drive-through to kind of give you a flavor of some things to think about in your particular organization. So the MAP platform is something we shipped at the Worldwide Developer Conference last year. If you're in the BlackBerry world, you might have been there. And the way to think about MAP is a little piece of code, a little piece of instrumentation code that you embed in your application on the device side that then reports the performance, usage, and debugging information onto the server side. So it helps you at development, helps you in QA test, helps you in deployment, helps you at runtime from a service desk perspective when users call with that problems. So the power of this really is that it gives you that ability to figure out what's really going on with your end user community. We have this available today for BlackBerry, and someday soon, hopefully, we'll have it for the playbook as well, once we can get our hands on the next generation playbook. So we actually have 3 banking customers and 2 government organizations that are using this. So if you look at the banking market in the US, for example, mobile banking is a strategic initiative for most of the banks. And many of them are looking for ways to make sure that their premium banking customers, especially their corporate banking customers, have a highly reliable mobile service related to managing their balance accounts, managing their trading, and so forth. So BoxTone is used in that environment where it's mission critical. We run over the RIM secure network. All of our data is encrypted. We hook it back into the BES, so you pick the BlackBerry platform for security reasons in the first place. And so we embed and leverage the existing security on the platform so there's no exposure. That was one of our first questions actually from the banks, was to make sure their accounts are made secure. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks very much to RIM for having us here this week. Bye now.